his face smashed in, his eardrum burst. Deontay Wilder got his heart handed to him on a plate.
My summation of the second fight was planned, well executed.
And Fury looks like if he lands a good punch, Deontay will go down.
What was he just doing with his tongue right there? He said in the lead-up, I want to taste blood. I believe that's what he was just doing there.
I saw the electricity come out of Deontay Wilder, and I was watching it thinking, how much more do we need to see?
Wilder just coasting back into that neutral corner as Wilder's in bad shape. The fight is over. There is only one. Crown the king, the lone undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder's reaction, saying, why did you do that to Mark Breland?
I was amazed when part of Wilder's own camp and Wilder were saying that they disagreed with Mark Breland throwing the towel in. I thought Mark Breland saved him.
I just wish that my corner would have let me win out on my shield. I'm a warrior. But he did what he did, and you just you take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this episode, Inside Fury vs. Wilder 3, premiered on Free TV. Fox, a part of PBC on Fox's and ESPN's build-up for Fury versus Wilder 3 that's supposed to take place 19 days from now, July the 24th on PBC on Fox pay-per-view and ESPN. So you'll be able to buy it digitally on the PBC on Fox Sports platform. You'll be able to buy it on the ESPN Plus platform. And of course, you'll be able to buy it through all of your cable subscribers. I don't know all the international details, whether it's going to be on Sky Sports or BT Sport or any of that mess. We don't know what the pay-per-view price is going to be. My guess is going to be $74.99. I wouldn't be shocked if it's $79.99. Undercard. I like the undercard. It is going to feature here. Let me pull it up. I know for sure the co-feature or the chief support is going to be Robert Helenius, WBA. Okay, listen, let me tell you what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to just, when I do these reviews and these previews of these Inside Fury versus Wilder 3 episodes, I'm going to do my best to leave my personal feelings out of it. Because for the longtime viewers of this channel, I do not like the WBA as an organization. And more importantly, this Glovegate stuff. But we're going to do our best to stay away from it. All right? So, wish me luck. So, WBA gold champion Robert Helenius is going to be taking on Adam Kownacki in a rematch. You're going to have a fight that I'm looking forward to. Efe Ajagba, now top-ranked former PBC fighter, taking on a PBC Eddie Reynoso fighter and Frank Sánchez. Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sánchez. Then you have Gerald Big Baby Anderson versus Vladimir. I forgot the dude's name that he's fighting. Anyway, it's a heavyweight card and expect big knockouts. Wait a minute. On BoxRec, he's no longer listed on the card. Maybe he'll be on the free TV version. I don't know. Gerald Big Baby Anderson, the new Big Baby. Alberto Puello versus Rances Barthélemy. Ill. Oh, God, ill. And it's for WBA seat. All right, you know what? So anyway, the episode, I am going to give it a 9. Now, the fact that I've been covering All Access, now I do admit the last couple of years, the last few seasons of Showtime All Access, I have been slacking on. But for a while, you might as well say damn near a decade, I was known for covering every single episode of HBO 24/7, every single episode of Showtime All Access, and God knows whatever shoulder content that's been put out. And I have a pretty good track record. I believe I have covered every single episode of PBC Fight Camp, every single PBC Countdown. I'm not sure, but this is not my first rodeo with this. So what I do is the episode comes on, I watch the episode. What I'll do is I may record it from my own files. I DVR it, and then I do a recap. The first episode of these, in this case, there's going to be at least 3. 1 each week up until the fight. There may be even one the night before the fight, maybe one after the fight, which is called an epilogue, like Tank Davis and Mario Barrios is having tonight. after their replay of their pay-per-view last week. You know, Tank Davis versus Barrios All Access Epilogue. I know I'm bullshitting around, but I'm getting all of this out of the way because I'm going to be covering the rest of the episode, so I'm not going to say this shit every preview and review video. All right? So I guess it's a good time to take a little jump cut and go back to the beginning, and therefore you'll be able to see how we got here today. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. We are now partnered with the WBC channel, sponsored by the Vive Network. Or is it the vice versa? Damn, I got to learn. Anyway, please subscribe. Back down memory lane.
Wilder's in bad shape. This fight is over.
And the new heavyweight champion of the world.
My side, you in the tower, and you know I'm ready to go out on my shield.
Tyson Fury is the truth. He did what he said he was going to do.
I will be back, and we will rise like a phoenix from the ashes and regain the title.
All we had heard from Tyson Fury was he was looking at Anthony Joshua.
August 14th, 2021, summertime. All eyes of the world will be on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and I cannot wait to smash Anthony Joshua.
But in the 11th hour, an arbitrator ruled that the third fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder must happen.
They had a contract. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Signed on the books, legally binding contract.
Listen, it is what it is. The judge has made his decision, and we can't go against what the judge has said.
I didn't come here to lollygag around. Or I'm strictly business.
Your new trainer, Malik Scott.
Those that don't know, Malik is my true brother. You know, that's my guy.
Camp started today, guys. I got 8 weeks until I smashed Deontay Wilder's face right in for him.
But we ain't going nowhere, for the war has just begun.
And now we get ready for July 24th, where the two greatest heavyweights of this era will battle for one of the most prestigious titles in all of sport. After a draw in the first fight and a Tyson Fury victory in the second, this is boxing's next epic trilogy to decide once and for all who is the baddest man on the planet.
So how these episodes go, normally episode 1 is pretty much how we got here. You know, a recap in this case of the last 2 fights, a little bit about the fighters, you know, family life, things like that. It's only a half an hour long. So I got a few timestamps here, and we're going to just jump straight into it. Now, let me just go ahead and give my preview or my prediction. I got Tyson Fury, but I can't say that I'm confident with that, because when you have the power of a Deontay Wilder, and the next clip from Sugar Hill Stewart, the current trainer of Tyson Fury, you'll have a better understanding on why I feel that Deontay Wilder knocking Tyson Fury out is not out of the realm of possibilities. We've seen him damn near come back from the dead in the first fight, even though I must admit, and there is some logic mistakes here. A lot of people feel, casual fans, I must admit, feel that if you get knocked down twice in the fight, then you know you can lose the fight. It doesn't work like that, because there's scorecards. Even with those 2 knockdowns, I have Tyson Fury, I believe, at least up 1 round. And when you look at the mistakes that Tyson Fury was making himself in those in that first fight, all that ducking around and bullshit and all that playing around, he pretty much could have avoided both of those knockdowns. And we saw what happened in the rematch. Nonetheless, we saw that Deontay Wilder can put him down, and many other referees, if it wasn't Jack Reese, would have been like, this shit is over. Jack Reese himself said, and I'm going to make sure I play this clip in a video later on. In fact, I think this is a perfect time to do it. Let's hear from Jack Reese himself before we go to the next clip on his thought process on how and why he let Tyson Fury continue. So once again, take your time out. Please like the video, subscribe. We are here, full-fledged build up. You know, I guess you can see we in 1080p. I look like shit. My barber's in the Dominican Republic, of all places, so God knows when he's going to come back. But we got some new gear coming out. There's a lot going on. So take your time out. Please like the video and subscribe. Jump cut. Let's go listen to Jack Reese.
Any championship referee will tell you this. 9, 10, 11, and 12, the championship rounds, things happen. So when those rounds come, I don't know how to say I'm more focused, but I'm even hyper-focused on those 4 rounds. I told both of them the exact same thing. I said, I'm going to give you every opportunity to get up and prove to me that you are able to physically and intelligently defend yourself.
Oh, and down he goes! Right hand, left hand!
I was very pleased with my role in the fight in many different ways. You guys didn't see me except twice in the whole fight. Nobody spoke about me except twice in the fight, the 9th round knockdown and the 12th round knockdown. So I did my job and stayed away. And obviously what happened in that 12th round, that he got up and responded the way he did, demonstrates that the decision I was made was correct. So I'm really happy. I think it was the best decision I've ever made in a boxing match to this date, for myself anyway. It's a multitude of reasons on why I didn't think it was over at that time. I want to just let everybody know I was a fireman for 31 years with the Los Angeles Fire Department. I was an EMT, emergency medical technician, and I was a captain on a paramedic engine for 20 years. So we went to trauma all the times. Car accidents, shootings, stabbings, beatings. I'm very familiar with trauma, plus being a referee for 21 years. I'm comfortable with trauma, and what I'm really comfortable with is reading body language. So when he went down, that was a devastating shot. He got hit with 2 beautiful shots and fell flat on his back. When I asked Wilder to go to the corner and I picked up the count, when I turned back around, one of the things I instinctually noticed was that Tyson's right foot was up. And it wasn't caught under his left foot, it was up.
I turned my mouse cursor off, but look at his foot. It's up. You can see it. Even though he looked like he did and he's staring at the Lord or whatever, still he was, you know, listen, I don't know how to explain this shit. So it's like, you know, he didn't realize he was down. I don't know how to explain it, but let me let him finish.
He was holding it up on his own, which told me he's probably that Tyson's right foot was up. And it wasn't caught under his left foot, it was up, he was holding it up on his own, which told me he's probably not out if he's holding his foot up. And I was always taught also, count a champion out. Give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, people want to see a definitive ending, count them out. So I scooted in to see what I got, and as I was coming in, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on camera, but Tyson was laying flat on his back, and as I came in, he went like this. So he acknowledged he was awake. He looked at me when I was coming towards him. So then I got in, went over him, so because it was loud, and I got right over him, and I was giving him counting out the numbers, and I was giving him the numbers with my hands at the same time, so he wouldn't be confused. 2 things happened. When I got to about 5, her eyes weren't totally open, but when I got to 5, he popped his eyes wide open. So I thought he's back, and then when I started counting, I was thinking, I don't know if he's going to beat the count, but we'll see. You know, stuff like that was going through my head. I just kept counting, and he was up by 9. Right at 9, he was up. I said, "Are you okay?" He looked at me and he said, "Yes." I said, "Do you want to continue?" He looked at me and he said, "Yes." And because of it was a 12th round of a heavyweight fight. These guys were strong men and big men, and the devastating knockdown, I said, walk to the right 3 steps and come back to me. And he was in full control of his body. He actually did a little bit of a bounce step and came back to me. And then I just held him, turned to make sure that Wilder was still in his corner and said, fight. In the old days, we used to make him walk forward.
You know, and I've seen thousands and thousands and thousands of comments and whatever on social media. Fans say he was knocked out, the referee helped him and all that. Listen, it's life. It's not fair all the time for the people who wanted Tyson Fury to be knocked out. We saw that in the second fight, it was definitive. Let's go listen to Sugar Hill Stewart in this episode. What he's going to talk about now is the right hand of Deontay Wilder. And Fury, you know what? Let me let him explain it. Let me let him explain it. Because, see, I'm guessing what I'm saying is this. He did get cracked with some nice right hands in the second fight. But they kind of slid off a little. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to, you know, ruffle any feathers out there. The point I'm trying to make is nobody wants to be hit clean by Deontay Wilder or anybody, period. But in this third fight, and Tyson Fury said it himself in the build-up to the second fight, is that right hand, he's going to have to find it. You know, like, it's not just there. He has to put it there. And Tyson Fury knows this. You see what I'm saying? So in a third fight, who would you really put your money on? The guy that if he touches you once, and Deontay Wilder said it, you know, all he got to be what? You know, he can be losing each and every round. But all he needs is one shot to get you out of there. So that's why you could never be confident betting against him, but also the fundamental flaws that he has, you know, boxing on the back foot, just boxing and moving around the ring in general, fighting on the inside, fighting a taller fighter. Shout out to TY when you got to punch up, who pointed out to me like a year ago. I have a high amount of respect for Malik Scott, even though he be on his Cinemax shit, on his, let me tell you the story again about how, ex-girlfriend, about 3 years ago, I'm sitting here doing whatever I'm doing at the desk, and she's over there, you know, women can be scrolling on Instagram. So she like, hey, babe, it's gonna be us. And I'm like, all right, let me see. And I'm looking, and she gave me the phone, and I'm like, and I go to zoom in. It's this tall, tattooed, bald dude with some sunglasses sitting on like a carpet, asshole, butt ass naked, asshole all on the carpet, and like a BBW, like sucking her toes, and they like got this fruit and shit around. And I'm looking like, that's Malik Scott. That's fucking Malik Scott. So anyway, he's been on some, you know, that's his shit. That's his shit. You know, a little freak shit, you know, on the gram. But I used to be very disappointed in Malik Scott. The Derek Chisora fight. What other fights, man? I've covered them all. The Luis Ortiz fight. Malik Scott, don't let him fool you. He's good. He just don't be focused, man. Listen, I start getting, Malik Scott broke my heart more than once. Like, no bullshit, man. I'm not afraid to say it. But anyway, let's stay on topic. Malik Scott is now the head trainer. JD's, he's there. Don't get me started on him. We're going to talk about him in a later video. The guy who was responsible was there to make sure everything was right with the gloves. But Malik Scott has been taken over. Malik Scott is a fundamentally sound boxer. And if he were to be able to, you know, get this win, he'll be a highly sought after trainer. Like, dude, don't put nothing past him. But anyway, let's get back to this clip. Jump cut. I'm TstreeT Controversy. Please take your time out. Like the video. Please subscribe.
Wilder doesn't look good at all.
That was a significant damaging blow to Wilder. The boulder's now going down the hill, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. This fight is heading in a certain direction, and it's not going to go any other way.
Right hand rings in. Wilder's hurt again, looking to wrap up. A big right hand rings in again.
Getting his face smashed in, his eardrum burst. Deontay Wilder got his heart handed to him on a plate.
My summation of the second fight was planned, well executed.
And Fury looks like if he lands a good punch, Deontay will go down.
What was he just doing with his tongue right there? He said in the lead-up, I want to taste blood. I believe that's what he was just doing there.
I saw the electricity come out of Deontay Wilder, and I was watching it thinking, how much more do we need to see?
Wilder just coasting back into that neutral corner as Wilder's in bad shape. The fight is over. There is only one.
I keep forgetting how ugly that was because, you know, when you're watching it, a lot of us, I don't think we expected for him to get beat in the fashion, you know, that he did. Like, not that dominant. Like, damn. Like, you know, he really, we can't knock it. He really got, like, beat up. By the way, let's listen to Deontay Wilder in the episode.
To go through what I went through, the sky's the limit for me. It don't depress me. It don't make me lose any type of courage. If anything, it motivates me to the high. Because I'm a warrior. I push through it. when many would have quit, many would have given up, or many wouldn't even have started the race anyway because they probably didn't feel like they would be able to go. So, if anything, I've learned what I've already know is confirmation for myself to push forward even further.
Go forward with the 2 jabs, or put the parry hand there. That's it, right. We need that shield.
As Wilder looks ahead, he does so with some changes to the team. Mark Breland is out, and Malik Scott is now head trainer.
It has to be there. Okay. It can't be here, because he's coming around. Yeah. Even if you're jabbing, they coming around getting there.
While the rest of the previous team largely remains, it's Scott who's taking the lead in preparing Wilder for his 3rd fight with Fury.
Light feet with everything. Your feet light is add on to you being the most dangerous man in the planet. I'll take it in, get off the line. Right. That's it. That's it.
One of the things Mark Breland was starting to say after he started opening up was that Deontay Wilder, didn't listen. It seems like, him and Malik Scott really have like a really, really good relationship, and they are friends. And don't get me started on the fight that they had. That shit was really heartbreaking because I had Malik Scott. I was predicting that Malik Scott was going to defeat Deontay Wilder, in that fight, but we all know what happened. Get your popcorn ready. You talk about somebody that was pissed. Well, anyway, go back and watch the fight and you'll see what I mean. I'm looking for this clip of Sugar Hill Stewart where they're going to show the shots. Hold on. We got to take a jump cut. I apologize. Last one of the show. We'll be right back and we're going to wrap it up. We already at 21 minutes. Found the clip I've been looking for. So even though I am doing a recap and I can use, the highlights for like fair use and to promote the fight, and all that stuff. Still, I'm going to let you listen to, actually, no, I have to let you see some of it. All right. So we're going to start here. This is the clip I was trying to show you.
Moving backwards, he's moving forward.
There's that old self-defense axiom, right? You run away from a knife, you run to a gun. He ran to the gun. He ran to the right hand of Deontay Wilder, that Viper TNT right hand.
Wilder comes in with a right hand.
The first 2 rounds, I was watching Deontay Wilder land a big right hand in the first round. And also landing a big right hand in the second round. An even bigger right hand. After those 2 right hands, Tyson Fury stayed focused on controlling and dominating the fight.
Fury on the attack, going to the head of Deontay Wilder. Good jab by Tyson Fury.
So look, he took his best punch. He already been flattened by it, and then the second fight, he was taking him in. Look. I got Tyson Fury. I'm looking forward to episode 2, which will be, oh Lord, I'm guessing it's going to be next Saturday on PBC on Fox. Oh man, regular Fox. I should have checked. Hold on. I'm going to check right now for you guys. Give me a minute. When is the next episode? I could just do Inside Wilder Fury 3. Inside Fury Wilder 3. This is unprofessional. I usually always have this stuff set up for you guys. Hold on. There we go. I believe it should be the same time next weekend. What is next weekend's date? July the 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern. The episode today, July the 3rd, was at 4 p.m. Eastern on regular Fox. Also, if I'm sure, I don't want to open it up because it may freeze my something with ESPN Plus makes my computer crash. I don't know what it is. If I try to open it up, if it's open, it's cool. But if I try to open it up while I'm doing a video or whatever, it's an issue. Well, anyway, you should be able to watch these episodes on ESPN Plus because I believe that both ESPN and Fox are going to be airing these. Okay, here we are. We're here. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm going to tell you right now. Just hold on. Give me a minute. I'm just not really a fan of Fios. You know, I like Xfinity. I mean, don't get me wrong, Fios, you know, but I'm just not a fan. So, of course, all of the build-up for Fury versus Wilder 3, I am going to be here covering it all. Of course, all of the fight week events. Hold on, the 9th Friday. It's not going to be the 9th. It's going to be the 10th. So, the media workout, I'm hoping, if everything goes well, we can get somebody to the fight. Highly unlikely, though. Nope, it doesn't go up to next Saturday. My guy. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be next week. So this is what I'm going to go do. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Expect many more Fury versus Wilder 3 content. And frankly, I don't want to talk about Glovegate. I may in a video or two, but we got about, at this point, probably about another 20 videos to go before we get to the actual fight. And then I got to still do videos after that. So the glove shit, man, I'm kind of over it.
To the reclamation of the title he held for over 5 years.
Okay, this is what's going to happen on July 24th. I'm an 18-wheeler, and I'm going to run Deontay Wilder right over. You thought he had a bad beating last time. He's going to get a better one this time, that's for sure.
I think I'm even more dangerous without the belt. You know, without the belt, you don't have nothing to lose. I mean, if wanting it back in blood don't tell you how personal this is, then maybe my action will.